Greetings, gentlemen, ladies, and the whole school Game Snob. In today's video, I'm actually just gonna do a little commentary. I was watching a video by Sweet Phil just the other day talking about, the video title caught my attention. What was it? It was, Everyone Hates Diablo 4. That caught my attention, because sentiment mirrored in that regard. Sweet Phil put together an interesting video of which was discussed at one point a poll. Let's see here. A poll kind of gauging players' excitement for Diablo 4. Now here's the thing about this poll. I actually just kind of wanted to add a little bit of a perspective on this poll. Sweet Phil kind of goes on to talk a little bit about how the majority of players, if you look at the percentage-wise, were excited to, or at least number 4 excited to check out Diablo 4, right? How would you rate Diablo 4 from what you've played so far or seen in early access beta, 5 being great, 1 being terrible? So of that, we have, what we have here is 34% of players polled saying, 4 of 5 stars, right? We also have, 15% of players saying 5 of 5 stars. But here's the part that I sort of feel like needs a little bit of commentary perspective added onto it. In this poll, we also have, if you add it up, we have a total of 52%, 32, 10 and 10, 52% of players, 52% of players rating what they've seen at 3 stars or below. Now, 3 stars, is that 50% rating. If you're watching a movie that's 5 of 10, right? A 5 of 10, 5 of 10 on Rotten Tomatoes or whatever. That is not a good rating. That is not a good review. And here's the thing. Sweet Phil has a channel like I do, right? Filled with what I would consider the quintessential core Diablo fan. Us Diablo 2 guys, right? Diablo 2 guys, right? The quintessential core Diablo fan base, right? The fan base that made Diablo as amazingly popular as it became. That's us, right? And so if Sweet Phil's fan base, if you guys, my same fan base, would probably overlap a lot of fan base. If the Diablo 2 fan base is rating their excitement level for Diablo 4 as 52% 3 or below, wow, that's cringe, man. That's really cringe. So I did my own poll for the fun of it. I did my own poll because if you guys have seen it in my previous videos, I think I'm starting to become a little bit of an outspoken Diablo 4 critic. I have nothing really good to say about the game. I know a lot of content creators are trying to find some good in it. For myself, I would love to love it because, man, I would be able to make so many cool videos. Like, I would get so wrapped up in the game, just like I did with Diablo 2 Resurrected. I'd get wrapped up in the game. I'd make a ton of content. You guys, who were initially there when I was cranking out 2 and 3 videos a day on Diablo 2 Resurrected, when I was stoked on it, eventually over time you sort of start to burn out a bit on anything, right? But I would love for Diablo 4 to be able to provide that much fresh content for me, and probably even a bigger player base than Diablo 2. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to play the game because I from what I played of the beta, no, for me I felt worse than Diablo 3 for me. So I did my own poll here, because why not, right? Because like I say, the way I interpret this poll, and Phil is more optimistic and I think more generous than me in his interpretation of the poll. He's saying, the majority is 4-star. That's pretty good, right? 34% are 4-star. You got 15% at 5-star. That's, pretty good. But what I'm looking at is the core Diablo fan base. This is your qualified lead, right? You're paying, your paying customer. This, in marketing, which I do a lot of, This is your premium audience right here. Sweet Phil's audience is your premium Diablo audience, fanboy base, right? And if 50% of those aren't excited, aren't stoked, it's not good, man. It's really, really not good. Um, that being said, we have games like Diablo Immortal and whatever that made Blizzard tons of money. So I think Blizzard's got how to make money figured out. I don't think they have how to make a good Diablo 2 follow-up game figured out. So I did my own poll. I said, imagine if Diablo 2 was the last game that was ever made. Pretend Diablo 3 and 4 did not exist. Also imagine that the original Diablo 2 dev team was in charge of making a new Diablo game. How excited would you be for a new Diablo game made by the original team in a world where Diablo 3 and Diablo 4 did not exist? All right, so we're at about 435 votes right now. I think that's a fairly decent sample size. So I gave players a choice. I gave you guys a choice. Maximum excitement. This is the dream reality. And on the other side of that, we have not excited. I like the direction that Diablo 3 and 4 took. Right? Two is like not excited at all. I kind of like the direction that D3 and 4 took. 3 is middle of the ground. We don't really count 3 because whatever. Middle of the ground is middle of the ground. And then, of course, we have pretty darn excited and maximum excitement. So of my poll, which basically polls how happy are Diablo 2 fans with what happened with Diablo 3 and what they're seeing from Diablo 4. Do we wish, as a fan base, that we could wipe Diablo 3 and 4 clean and just have a new sequel to Diablo 2 made in a world where Diablo 3 and 4 don't even exist? 64% of players said maximum excitement. This is the dream. 19% said pretty darn excited. So 4 and 5. Basically, what we have here is 83% of the Diablo 2 fan base, which you guys are, right? The core Diablo fan base, the originals. 83% of you guys said they would prefer a world where Diablo 3 and 4 do not exist and where we could just wipe the slate clean and have a worthy sequel to Diablo 3. So on the other side of the coin, 9% of players, 9% of you guys said that they were happy with Diablo 3 and 4. Nothing wrong with that. If you like it, great. Whatever you can find fun in is great by me. But what, is interesting, I think, is just how lopsided this poll is. When you look at Sweet Phil's poll, gauging what players thought of Diablo 4 from what they saw, you could say, okay, 50% are, rating it 4 and 5 stars, but you can also say that, well, actually 52% are rating it 3 stars or below of the core fan base. Man, that's cringe. This is sort of like the opposite poll, right? Would you prefer that Diablo 3 and 4 don't exist? Would you just like to wipe the slate clean and have a new game made? Would you like to wipe the Diablo team clean and go back to the original roots for the guys who made Diablo 2? Could we get a proper Diablo 3? 83% of you guys wanted that. So you guys take those fun polls for what you will. Like I say, as a Diablo primary content creator, God, I wish I would be able to enjoy Diablo 4. I didn't. From what I played of closed beta, it was an Alt F4 for me. It was. Like I say, I'm the old school game snob. I'm not easy to please. A lot of people are perhaps more generous than I when it comes to what sorts of games they're able to enjoy, and there's clearly a lot of money to be made for Blizzard in this more casual type of Diablo game, because I bet you they're going to kill it. Bet you're going to make tons of money on it. But for us Diablo 2 fans, what do we play? That's what I want to know. I've tried a few more, like the last Epoch and Path of Exile. Of course, I played that. It's decent. Path of Exile was decent. I've been looking around for. And I'm actually even happy to play anything that's not. It doesn't even have to be a Diablo-like game as long as it's awesome. I got into Bannerlord 2. That was actually really awesome. But I don't know what to play, man. I was into Valheim for a bit. That was actually awesome. I didn't think I'd like it because I'm not like a crafting and building game type of guy, but I actually really got into crafting and building after Valheim. I learned to like that kind of game, let's say. But I don't know what to play now, man. You guys should see my Steam library. You know what? In fact, I'm going to show you my Steam library. I can't find what to play. My Steam library is fairly sizable. And of this list of games I've been trying and searching for something good to play, man, I've probably actually enjoyed like 1% of these. Not including some of the old ones, which are awesome, obviously, but what was good? You know, I should, I feel like, here's the thing, I'm searching for a good, fun game to play. If any of you guys have some good recommendations, let me know. I can't find it. I'm searching hard. Neverwinter Nights was a classic to replay again. I actually really got into that for a while. It's just the old games hold up, man. They're made they're just made different. Even if the graphics are a little more dated, the gameplay mechanics, they still hold up. Wasn't a fan of the new Starship Troopers, Bolt Gun, you know, super popular, overwhelmingly positive reviews. It's weird. Valheim was rad, that was great. Battlefield 2042 I actually had a lot of fun with. A lot of people didn't like it, but hey, you know what? It's weird that I kind of tend to like things that people don't like. And the things, you know, people do like, I often don't really like that much. Anyway, I won't get into this too much, but if you guys have any good recommendations, man, I'm searching for something to create videos about. I'm a little burned out of Diablo 2. I'm probably actually going to get into it again a bit more here and make some more videos. Just because it's been long enough. I think I'm starting to recharge the batteries, and the burnout is starting to pass. So I'm kind of thinking I might make some more D2 videos here. But yeah, I'm really looking for something new to play. Let me know. That was awesome. Man, the original Crysis was so good. Dead Space, the original, man, that game freaked me out. That thing was so anxiety-ridden to play. Not a fan of Skyrim. A lot of people like Skyrim. Didn't really like it. Anyway, see you guys in the next video.